Hey there everybody, my name is Wyeth and welcome back to Fantasy Inc. Today we are going over arguably the top 10 best characters in The Wandering Inn, or at least my favorites. Let's do this. Coming in at number 10, we have Pisces Gelinet, the necromancer and often haughty and presumptuous wizard that darkened Aaron's doorway very early on in the series. He has grown substantially as a character. Obviously, he was very arrogant when he first came into The Wandering Inn, and slowly but surely throughout the series, he has grown into still kind of an arrogant wizard, but at the same time he softened his rough edges and become more humane, as well as more caring for those around him. This was definitely helped along the way by joining the Horns of Hammerod and having other people rely on him, as well as himself relying on other people, and has really helped him grow as a person, which definitely gives him a spot on this list. Now, before I jump into number 9, I want to let y'all know I'm only on book 9 of The Wandering Inn, so any characters who occur after that and or may not have really come into their fruition are probably not on this list, so keep that in mind going forward. Coming in at number 9 of my favorite characters is going to be Erin Solstice. Now, a lot of you may be shocked by that, how she's not higher up on the list, seeing as she is the arguably main character of this series. To me, Erin Solstice is a very upbeat and charismatic young lady, but she definitely does have her flaws. Oftentimes, she will kind of cry in the face of injustice and go screaming on the mountaintops, and I don't think she's gotten it into her head yet that she's on a different world. What really makes Erin a good character is most of the time she will actually get up and do something about the injustice she sees, whether that be hosting goblins in her inn, or not caring about the different species, whether it be drake, gnoll, goblin, or Garuda. I say all this to really commend Erin for her mindset in a lot of places, and I will say I'm a sucker for a good optimist personally, and that is very much what Erin is, but like I mentioned earlier, the cons attributed to her, in my opinion, does not get her higher on this list, though as a protagonist and as well a very rounded out character, she definitely deserves this spot. Coming in at number 8 on this list is going to be Tung, the goblin who followed the Red Fang tribe. I had to put Tung since he obviously had most of the speaking parts in his small band of wandering goblins, but to be quite candid, almost all of them are kind of equal in my eyes, but I can't just list all of them. So Tung specifically is the more talkative goblin, though he begrudgingly does so. He is a bard slash warrior to some degree and really fights for what he believes in, and most of the time that is his fellow tribe mates and Erin and the Wandering Inn. His camaraderie with his fellow goblins is something truly commendable, whether that be Bad Arrow, Rabbit Eater, or the others. They truly are like brothers and will do whatever it takes to protect them and their own. I do enjoy the relationship between these 5 goblins and Erin, how they almost idolize her and have become the bodyguards for the Wandering Inn, and have gone a long way with just their presence around Liscore to change the mindset of the people of Liscore. Even though they might be looked down upon still, their efforts are not going unnoticed, which make them a definite number 8 for this list. Number 7 is going to be Nirs Astorgon, the Frailing strategist across the globe from Liscore, who is a great teacher as well as the most revered strategist belonging to the Forgotten Wing Company. What really sets Nirs apart from other characters is he's not only a wonderful strategist, but he also is a fantastic teacher. The scenes where he's speaking to his students and has a complete grasp of all of their pros and cons and is able to direct specific questions to each is truly commendable. Nirs Astorgon's love for strategy, specifically the game of chess and the new games that were introduced by Olessen's newsletter like Go, truly brings a smile to my face, because personally I am a big fan of chess And I will say for Niers as a character, his love really does fall off the pages for the game, and his desire to meet Eren but not wanting to rush it too quickly is also adorable. Number 6 on this list is going to be Crochet Silverfang, the pseudo-leader of the Lascore tribe of the Silverfangs. She really came to life for me after her encounters with Brunker, her nephew, and really came into her own. Obviously, throughout the early books, we saw her as just one of the lead merchants of the city of Lascore, but the further we get into the series, the more responsibilities that the readers get to see with her overseeing the Knoll tribe in the city. She not only is incredibly intelligent and aware of the circumstances within the city through her ties with her merchant guilds and her tribe of Knolls, but she is incredibly loyal. This was definitely seen after her kerfuffle with Lionette, and she was able to put this injustice that had just been attributed to her to bed because Eren was involved, and Eren is a friend, and for Knolls, that is a friend you have for life. Crochet really stands out on the pages during her interludes, whether that be with Eren or even with Mersha. Each time she appears in the books, we're getting to see a different side of the tribe leader of the Silverfangs, and I'm very much looking forward to see how she continues to grow as a character. Ilris Gemstone, Warlord of Salazar. Ilris was first introduced during Ryoko's pilgrimage to meet with Oz-Karash, and both of them got into a bit of an altercation, to say the least. And since then, we've gotten to see this very haughty and arrogant noble of one of the walled cities become much more toned down and much more understanding of the common folk. Yes, he still is fairly arrogant on some occasions, but he's no longer living just on his pompous title and his brawn. He's also understanding how to be a leader, and whether that be through his altercations / mutual respect with Sel Shivertail, his conversations with Eren, or even the death of his lover Paris, Ilris truly has become a very respectable character and has taken his responsibilities to be a warlord much more seriously from what I can see. This was definitely enhanced when he decided to put down the drink and really face his responsibilities as a man, or as a Drake in this instance. I cannot wait to see where his character continues to grow, just like Crochet, and I really do think he has the potential to be one of the best ones in this series. Number 4 on this list is going to be Ryoko Griffin, a fellow Earther who has come to this new world similar to Eren's Solstice, but has decided to go about it in a significantly different way. Ryoko Griffin has severe anger issues, she's very confrontational, and she is very often looking for a fight. But with all those what could be considered cons, she is incredibly intelligent, determined, and brave like nobody else. Yes, it takes a long time for people to wither down her very cold exterior, but when someone does and she begins to care for them as a friend, she is willing to do whatever it takes to ensure their safety, even if that means doing the hardest thing and leaving them alone, because she does sometimes think it's often her fault when situations occur. I really do enjoy Ryoko's scenes. She definitely brings a different perspective to the books. When the series began, we got to see the world through Eren's very optimistic eyes, and that was paralleled with our scenes with Ryoko, who is a pessimist, or a realist depending on the day of the week. And in my eyes, this really gave The Wandering Inn a fantastic feel, because yes, if we were in their shoes, it would be incredible to be on a different world, getting to experience new things almost every day. But this world definitely has its problems as well, and those are very evident when Ryoko steps onto the pages. All in all, I can respect her character, and I can imagine that most of y'all can as well. Coming in at number 3, we have Rags, the chieftain of the Flooded Waters tribe. A very young goblin compared to others, though they honestly don't live too long. Rags has had an incredible journey throughout the series so far, whether that be her very normal upbringing for goblins in the flooded plains of Lascaux. She was able to begin her hero's journey when she met with Aaron and was able to learn the game of chess. This has propelled her along the way to not only become a strategist, a chieftain, a mage, but also become a leader. Yes, she made some mistakes as the series has gone forward, but at the end of the day, all of us know that she's really doing her best to try and keep her tribe not only safe and well fed, but together. She's a very strong-minded character and a very good leader, and she's able to gain the respect not through brawn or through fear like many other chieftains, but through her intelligence. Her friendship with Pyrite is truly one of my favorite friendships throughout the entire series. Like Ryoko and Aaron have a definite parallel / contrast between the two of them. Both Pyrite and Rags are the same in that fact. Given the ending of Book 9, which I'm not going to spoil, don't worry, we'll have to see where Rags' character is taken now and how she's able to cope with the events that had just occurred. And I do think that she has the potential to really bring the tribes of goblins together, and we can only see if she's able to fulfill that potential. Number 2 on this list is going to be Magnolia Reinhardt. I know that might surprise a lot of you, but to me, Magnolia Reinhardt is one of the most well-defined characters in The Wandering Inn. Her goals are extremely fleshed out, and she is willing to do whatever it takes to make them happen. That kind of resolve is hard to come by, and with Magnolia, she has it in spades. When I say whatever it takes, I really do mean that this lady is cutthroat. She's willing to cross the line, whether it's ethically, morally, or even what's expected of a lady. She is from the Reinhardt family, one of the 5 great families of humans to settle in this continent centuries ago, and she is doing a phenomenal job about leading it. She is fearful of the Antenium rising again, the drakes coming into human lands, and the fellow nobles of the humans who she sees as misleading her people. Her relationship with Thressa, her maid, are some of my favorite scenes in the books, with them kind of dropping the veil of being the lady, and you get to see that even though Thressa is her servant, she really does view her as a friend, if not even a sister, and the two of them really are an army between themselves, willing to do really whatever it takes to get their ambitions done. And that is why she's my second favorite on this list. Number 1 is going to be Bird, the most childlike and adorable character in The Wandering Inn. Bird, the Antenium formerly of the Lascaux Hive, has now become the scout / guard of The Wandering Inn. His love for birds, whether that be watching them, talking about them, or hunting them, is truly commendable. Someone who is so obsessed with something can definitely be off-putting, but when it's coming from the mental state of a child, it is just cute. Whether it's been his adorable songs he sings, his interactions with the Lascaux Queen, or the other Antenium being completely jealous of his fortress of fluff, Bird definitely comes off the pages, and when I ever run into one of his scenes, I always go back and reread it. Though he's cute, he definitely can be dangerous for those that have ill will, whether it's towards Aaron, The Wandering Inn as a whole, or the city of Lascaux. He is a fiend with his bow and arrow and is really unparalleled to most others, although Hallruck could probably give him a run for his money. When it comes to all the characters in the Wandering Inn series, Pirate Abba truly has a magic touch. They have the ability to write each character as an individual, giving each one of them their own goals, their own ambitions, their own ticks and tells. They really do have an uncanny ability to bring each character off the pages, and I have to say it is incredibly commendable. That is my arguably top 10 best list for characters in The Wandering Inn. I hope y'all enjoyed and we shared some of the same ones. Feel free to leave your own list in the comments of your favorite characters, and I do appreciate everyone's time. I hope each one of you have an absolutely wonderful week, and be sure to keep reading.